It's hard to imagine anyone with a beating heart who doesn't love Sir Ian McKellen. You know, remember the wizard in Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
He is also an outspoken advocate for LGBTQ plus rights around the world since coming out in 1988. On a recent episode of the Apple Music podcast, 3 Little Words, McKellen told hosts John Bishop and Tony Pitts why the word love holds such a special place in his heart. He said, if you've ever visited or you go to Manchester, England, and if you get in a taxi, the driver, usually a man, a straight man, but not always, says, quote, "Where you going, love?" In his words, where we're grown men call strangers love, if we all did that, it would be a rather better place, wouldn't it? End quote. And we couldn't agree more.
What do you pick, lovely Ian?
If you ever arrive in Manchester, if you're lucky enough to be able to afford the train fare, you come down the steps at Piccadilly, and if you're lucky enough to be able to afford a taxi, you get in the back of one, and the taxi driver, usually a man but not always, says, "Where are you going to, love?" And I feel I'm home. Where grown men call strangers love. I think if we all did that, it'd be a rather better place, wouldn't it? And when people have got problems with gender and pronouns and so on, love covers everything, really. Just call everyone love. That's why I chose love.
Wow.
I love him.
Question 6, with a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. Ian McKellen helps me understand how to manage toxic masculinity. And welcome home, love.
Love is love.
Love is love.
I'll drink to that.
You know, when I was dated like 4 different people at the same time, I called them love because it was just easier. I couldn't remember their freaking names. So I never messed it up because I just called them all love.
Now, everybody's going, oh, that's a funny joke. No, she's not joking.
No, I'm serious.
No, yeah. I mean, I had this experience, but with babe. Like, I don't like calling people babe because I feel like everyone uses babe.
Saturday
right?
night, you called me babe.
So, yeah.
You couldn't remember my name?
It's not that special of a name,
But
Paul.
when my boyfriend called me babe, I was livid. I was like, ew, like, come up with another pet name that's gross. It's true. I'm like, you call everyone babe, right? Then I got to London, and this the Uber driver went to get my bag. He goes, "Let me get that for you, babe." And I was like, "Wait, this is like a thing that
He remembers me?
London does." No,
I sleep with him the last time I was here.
did we meet? It's an endearment
Yeah.
that strangers use. It's not anything to do with anything other than just it's like
How
Very-
perfect, like Ian said it. It's like, you can't deal with pronouns. You maybe don't know how to. You know what? You use love for everybody, and you covered all the bases, and you use such a beautiful word for it.
Yeah.
And not to get too political, but you know the beauty of that story and McKellen's story in Manchester and yours in London. Can you imagine going to Houston and hearing that?
No.
You couldn't.
No way.
Because white, straight men would never, ever do that.
No, they
What
do.
you talking about,
no,
bro?
they do, but you can do that in a degrading way.
Okay.
You can be the older white guy talking to a woman that you were demeaning and be like, "Oh, that's so
Wait,
cute."
wait,
love."
wait.
It,
that's
it,
different.
it can be
Acknowledge.
done. It can be done wrong.
Why you gotta
Acknowledge.
ruin the story?
But that's not my point. My point is, can you imagine? Jonathan's talking about the probably straight guy embracing him in London. McKellen's talking about getting off a train in Manchester. McKellen is clearly a gay man, and that's the reaction from the straight man. And my question is, can you imagine the straight Uber driver or the straight person on the street in Houston doing that to somebody as obviously as homosexual as Jonathan?
Oh my
Same-
God.
No, you
like,
can't
okay, are we
imagine that.
fucking? Like,
And
what are we doing?
that's the
You know where
distinction here
I'm
on
staying.
toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
It's taught. It's
Yeah,
taught.
yeah.
It is.
McKellen
It's learned,
is
yep.
saying you learn to change that and use the word love in place of any other word that you have, and you get better. That's his point, don't you think?
Yeah.
I think when you listen to how people say hello when they greet you, if it comes from anything but love, you understand that it's an affect, that it's something that they're doing to guard themselves, to keep other people away. It's very revealing if you don't start with love.
Yeah. My last question. Faye, can you imagine using that very empathetic, beautiful term with Cameron in any possible way?
Can you, doll?
Can you, darling?
Try it.
Let me try.
It's
I
so
tried.
hard.
Try the,
Nope, you fucker.
I know.
try this.
Fucker is gender neutral, which I love.
Fucker is gender neutral.
Hashtag
that shit.
Wow, that is a hashtag right there.
Wow.
Love is
Hashtag
fucker,
gender is fucker. Fucker is gender neutral. All right.
I'll drink to that, Al. Good on you.
We just lost our sponsor, but hey,
All right. All right.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.